I'm going to show you how to make the creamiest, most delicious seafood pasta salad made with real lump crab meat, cooked shrimp, hard-boiled eggs, Old Bay seasoning, and other goodies. So here are the ingredients you're going to need. If you don't like any of these, just leave them out. I like my eggs chunky. You can just smash them with a fork. Add some mayo to a bowl along with some Old Bay seasoning, sweet relish. If you don't like sweet relish, do a pinch of sugar, some mustard, hot sauce, fresh lemon zest, onions. If you don't like red onions, use shallots or white onions, some eggs, shell pasta, mix it well, and then finally fold in your cooked shrimp and lump crab meat and enjoy.
In your skillet, you're going to cook 1 pound of shrimp and 1 package of sausage coated with olive oil and Cajun seasoning. I used 2 teaspoons paprika, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, about a half teaspoon crushed red pepper, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1.5 teaspoons oregano, 1.5 teaspoons onion powder, and then 1 teaspoon of both thyme and cayenne pepper for my seasoning. Once it starts cooking, I'm going to add in a half of a chopped onion. Once cooked through, transfer to a bowl because you're going to use your pan to make the sauce. Melt 1 tablespoon of butter and then add 1/3 cup of vegetable broth. Add 2 cups whipping cream. Reduce to a simmer and add a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Add your shrimp and sausage back in and stir. I served mine on a bed of broccoli, but you could also use a low-carb pasta.
I wanted a flavorful side dish for our steaks tonight. I took a zucchini and I put it in my food processor and chopped it all up. And then I stuck it in a bowl. And then I took 1 green onion and cut it up pretty finely and added that to the mix. Then I took 1/4 cup Parmesan, 1/2 cup mozzarella, and 1 teaspoon everything but the bagel seasoning and 1 egg. Now, once you mix this all up, let it sit for a minute because the salt from the seasoning will bring the water out and you're going to want to drain that water before you do anything else. Here's the fun part. Get your waffle maker out, spray it down, and load it up with half of the bowl. Let it cook. And I wish y'all had smell-o-vision because this smelled amazing. And it tasted so good.
So I've never been a huge fan of pasta, but I do love chicken Alfredo, and this sure does hit the spot. Start with about half a pack of bacon. While the bacon's cooking, cut a bunch of chicken breasts down the middle to make them a little bit thinner. Then I took the bacon off, added some butter and Danos. That's all I'm going to cook the chicken in. It makes a beautiful herb crust just like that. Then I'm going to steam some broccoli on the side while I get started on my Alfredo sauce inside, which is super simple, only a couple ingredients, and I'm going to leave those in the comments. If you guys try this, be sure to tag me and let me know what you think.
Let's make my favorite zucchini and eggplant rollatini. An absolute favorite, especially in the summer with homegrown zucchini and eggplant. I took a couple of zucchini. You want to slice them really nice and thin. You can use a mandolin for this, but really a nice sharp knife does the job really well. You just gotta stay focused. You want them nice and thin, just like that, but not so thin that they fall apart. This is a perfect low-carb option if you want the flavor of baked ziti or lasagna, but you just don't want to spend all those carbs on it. So this is perfect. I went ahead and grilled my veggies just on an indoor grill pan. You can also go ahead and roast them. Make sure you salt them between each batch. And then in a separate skillet, I just went ahead and sauteed some ground beef. You can use turkey. I chopped up lots of garlic. I added that right in along with some Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper. Grabbed herbs from the garden. Give everything a really nice chop. Now it's time to make the filling. Ricotta, of course, your chopped herbs. Lots of parm. Lots. You need some shredded mozz. Refrain yourself from using the fresh stuff in the water because it makes everything too soupy because there's no starch here to soak up any of the excess moisture. Add your ground beef to the ricotta mixture. Add a layer of marinara sauce in the bottom of a roasting pan. I have an entire recipe video on this on my website. The recipe is called Zucchini Rollatini and the link for the website is in my bio. Take each piece of your grilled zucchini, add enough filling to go about 3/4 of the way down, and then just roll them up. So easy and so good, just like that. And then for the eggplant, I just add some of the filling on the very top, just roll them down and place them in your pan. A little bit more marinara sauce on the very top, followed by more mozz, followed by more mods. And then we're gonna finish it off with some parm because I am me and I love it. Hot oven, about 20 minutes. Look at that, delicious.
I really loved the chocolate keto fudge I made yesterday, so I decided to try to make keto peanut butter fudge today. Let me show you how I made this. I'm start with my stick of butter cut into pieces. I'm gonna microwave it in 30-second intervals. It's been in the microwave for a minute. Now I'm gonna add a cup of almond butter. I'm gonna stir that in and pop back in the microwave. Stir after each 30 seconds. Mine took another minute to melt. I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of Swerve confectioner sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then stir that all in until combined. I'm gonna add half a cup of chopped walnut and stir those in. I'm craving a crunch. So my pan is wet with water on the bottom. I lined it with parchment paper hanging over the side. Pour the fudge in, refrigerate for an hour. And we have peanut butter fudge.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make my baked zucchini. I am obsessed with this. I cut off both ends of a zucchini and I cut them into 6 pieces. I always eat 2, that's a serving size for me. I drizzle it with oil, salt, pepper, oregano leaves, garlic powder, measure that with your heart, and Parmesan cheese. When you put it in the oven at 350, do anything but this. Just a warning, so we're gonna just go ahead and start all over there. We're gonna throw them back in the oven carefully at 350 with a little bit of sass for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna broil on high for another 10 minutes. When they come out, they should be sizzling, they should be brown, flavorful, not face down on your oven, and look at those.
Sure, this 3-ingredient banana bread might be cheating a little, but you've got to admit that it's really easy. Start by peeling and mashing 3 ripe bananas. To that, add 2 whole room temperature eggs, then mix. And here's where the cheating comes in. Add 1 box of yellow cake mix. You might disagree, but if it comes in 1 package, I consider it 1 ingredient. Okay, so once that's all nicely combined, transfer it to a greased and lined loaf pan. The batter will be quite thick, so gently shake the pan to spread it out. If you have any leftover bananas, place them on top and push into the batter for an extra pop of banana. Now bake in a preheated 350-degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes. Use a skewer to test if it's fully cooked, then allow it to cool completely before slicing.
I can't get behind pineapple on pizza, but I can get behind pineapple salsa served with chicken and rice. So I season my chicken breast with everything that you see listed on the screen, mix it all up and let it marinate for about an hour. Then I line my marinated chicken breast on some skewers and place that on the grill for about 8 to 12 minutes. Once it reaches an internal temperature of 165, you can remove it from the heat, and for the pineapple salsa, cut up a pineapple into these little rounds. Grill the pineapple for 2 to 3 minutes on each side and then dice it up really fine. Combine the grilled pineapple, sauteed green peppers, red onion, and pickled jalapeno. Mix it up and there's your salsa. Then serve with some jasmine rice, your chicken skewers, the pineapple salsa, avocado, pickled jalapeno, and spicy mayo. And the best way to eat this is to mix everything up so you get the perfect bite each time. That's it, enjoy!
If you're looking for an awesome keto pizza recipe, look no farther. I love this one. I use a large can of chicken breast, and then I throw in a half a cup of Parmesan cheese and 2 eggs. Mix that together, then throw in some ground pepper and some basil. Mix it together. My secret is I draw a circle on my parchment paper before I dump out my ingredients. That way I know just where to smoosh it all out and make it nice and thin. Throw it in the oven at 375 for about a half hour. Tonight I'm topping it with some spinach and onions. When it comes out, I spread a little bit of ranch dressing down first, throw on my veggies, and then I'm going to top it with some mozzarella cheese and get a little bit wild, add in some feta cheese. Top yours however you want. Pepperoni's low carb. I love mushrooms. I throw it back in the oven for another 20 minutes and look how crispy it comes out. Follow me for some more low carb recipes.